I don't think I'd ever have written So You've Been Publicly Shamed if that hadn't happened.
And what kicked it off then?
Well, I'd just, I'd go online and I'd see people being piled in on, and it wasn't that it was so new, pile-ons were so new that everyone was just excited about them, and nobody was really thinking through the ethics of it. And the slide, actually, it started off with us getting corporations that had, LA Fitness. The first great shaming that I remember was LA Fitness. Has anybody been on Twitter since 2008? So I remember this.
I have.
Yeah, there was a heavily pregnant woman who wanted to cancel her LA Fitness membership, and they wouldn't let her. So we just went for them. And then, we tasted blood, and then we got politicians who transgressed, and then, and then we got too excited about our shaming powers, and so we started just shaming. Like a day without a shaming felt just like a boring day, like a day picking fingernails. So instead of getting powerful people who had actually transgressed, we moved to private individuals who had misspoken. Yeah. And I was watching this unfold, and because I was feeling a bit miserable in New York, and I was and this woman, Justine Sacco, who was the kind of ground zero of public shaming, I just looked at her night and just thought, here's somebody else failing in New York. So I found myself identifying more with her and I think that's why I wrote the book.
And now it seems incredibly prescient, doesn't it? I mean, that almost seems like it's not entirely the motivation of the internet, but the internet does that all the time now. That's what everybody's tiptoeing around, isn't it? You can't say the wrong thing in case you're publicly shamed.
Yes.
That's it's going to move that way, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, what happened was I think the other thing that happened, I'd just written the psychopath test, and that book, I think, taught me to be, to understand human beings as kind of complicated, manifold, a mess, That taught me that human beings are a mess. We can't be slotted into a checklist.
Yeah.
We're good and we're bad, we're clever and stupid.
Yeah.
We're grey areas. And just when I was coming to that, and the best way to treat humans is with curiosity and empathy and patience and compassion. And I was coming with all these revelatory thoughts after 20 years of being more hierarchical, going into situations and being a little bit, a little finger waggy. So
then you were understanding that people might be more complicated.
And a different way for non-fiction people to regard our fellow humans. And while I was coming up with that thought, at the same time, social media was coming along with the opposite thought, that what was really valuable was cold, instant judgment. Yeah.